Hello guys, this is French Cups. Today we're gonna speak about the weekly trials and more specifically about the Harvest Plant 1. So as you can see, I'm at 40k points, which is I think almost the max. The max is probably 42, 45. I mean, I never saw anyone above me, so but I know it's possible. I have like 95% of the collecting things, I think, so 100% must be possible if you are lucky. So to beginning, we gonna have to play on Dam Battleground because this is by far the best map for the plants, you know, the harvest things. So the other map, you can probably have like 20k or maybe more, but if you really want to reach a high score like 40k, you need to play on Dam Battleground. And it have to be by night or by electromagnetic storm because you get 2 times more points. You can see on the top corner here, it's 2 times more points. So don't go by day, it's useless. Only go by night, and if it's not up, I mean, do something else like farm run or another trial. But by night is required or by electromagnetic storm. Second point, you really need to be 3 players. That's really important because if you're solo, you can't go everywhere on the map. It's impossible, so you need, I mean, you can do it probably at 2 player, but you won't reach the highest score. You will get like 20k or maybe more if you are really good, but never 40k. So you have to find friends or to play with some random. So you can, what I recommend, what I personally do sometimes is you go on the Discord of Arcader, the official Discord. I will put a link if you want in the description if you don't have it. And you can look for the channel, like the looking for group channel. It's really easy to find people. Like when you send one message, you'll find at least 5-6 people. So this is all you have to do. And if you fail, you can invite new people and keep going anytime. Once your team is full, you are ready to go. So what I recommend from my own experience, like a high player experience, is to play on North America server. I love you, American guys. I know you're watching the video. You are by far the most friendly community, most PvE community. So that's a really good thing because when you play in Europe, everybody try to kill everybody. So you just have to press ESC, you know, like to see here the social, and you go in settings. And on server, you can look, be automatic. I think it's automatic by default, but you just have to go on North America, and that's it. You have to be the party leader of the group because it will depend on the party leader of the group. And when it's ready, you just have to press play, and you can play. So for the loadout, I don't recommend to play with a free loadout because you're gonna miss off healing and miss off ammo because you know by now there's many arcs attacking you, and since you're gonna have to stay 30 minutes in the game because you need to do all the map, you really need a lot of heal. 1 heal is not enough as free loadout, so forget the free loadout. And if you don't have any money, just farm and you will do it after. So to beginning, I recommend to use a light shield because you get slow with the medium one and the heavy one. I know with the perk it's like 3% slow, but that's still 3%, so I recommend to play with a light shield. You can use like looting 2 or tactical. I think tactical is a bit better because when it breaks you will smoke grenade, so it can save your life if you get engaged by PvP player. And after it's like a simple one, you take a ship weapon, a kettle, like it's a really good ship weapon, and like 150 bullets. I mean, at least if you have 100 it's enough, but not less because you're gonna have to fight some arcs at some point. And for the quick use you really need some adrenaline shot. The adrenaline shot can be crafted with a medical lab. You just go on the medical lab, it's like few chemical and plastic parts. It's really cheap, so you really need it. I recommend to take like 15 at least because they are really useful for people who don't know what is it. When you are out of stamina, it restores the stamina and you can like for 10 seconds have infinite stamina, so it's really useful when you have to go everywhere on the map. And you need obviously some healing, so I will just take like 5 bandage and 5 shield recharger and you are pretty much ready to go. So as you can see, it's a ship loadout, like 14k. I'm almost sure there is like matchmaking about the loadout. Like if you take ship loadout, you will meet ship people, and if you take like Venator, you will meet Venator people. So I recommend to go like ship. So when you are finally ready to go, you have to open this website. It's arcradermaps.app and /dam for the map. If you want, I'm gonna put a link in the description also, so you can just go into the description and click on it. So once you are here, you can see every point of interest of the map. We're gonna do hide all, hide everything, because there is many information that we don't need to know. Then you're gonna go down to nature and press on it to have everything and remove the prickly pear and the apricot tree because it doesn't count for the trial. So if you see like prickly pear on the ground, don't take it, it's useless. Same for the apricot tree. They are mostly on the island here, but you don't need to pick it. And same for the roots. You know, when you go near the trees, there is some roots on the ground. You don't have to pick up. It doesn't count for the trial. So we're gonna focus mostly on the mushroom, the agave. I don't know. I'm saying it's nice because I don't know this word in English. I know it's like the yucca things. So the agave and the great mullein and the moss. So the moss is easy to find. I mean, no, it's one of the hardest to find, but it's on the tree, only on the tree, I think, if I'm not mistaken. The great mullein is easy. It's like the plant you see everywhere on the map. And the agave are the kind of yucca, you know, cactus style plants. You can see with this icon, agave on the map. It's mostly near apartment and a bit on the north, and you have some at the research and administration in the bottom, you know, near the water extraction. So you have to open this map and put it like on a second monitor if you have, or like on your phone, I don't know, but you have to see this map while you are doing the run. Now the most important thing is to use this map with buy-in, you know, because like 90% of players gonna use it probably badly, not properly, so you have to listen to this advice. It's really important. First of all, the people who are gonna do the agave can use the map like blindly because they will be always said on the map. So you can check every point. I recommend to check every point because we always find one. That doesn't mean you're gonna collect one agave every time because it doesn't work like this. But at least they will give you a good clue of where you can find agave, and probably like 20% of the, no, maybe less, like 50% of time you will have something to collect. So that's really accurate. For the plants, that's another problem. So you have some nice zone where they always spawn, like this zone they always spawn, this zone they always spawn also. For the forest it's a bit tricky because everything looks the same. So you can't just go and check every spawn with your map. It's gonna take like 2 hours at least. So you just have to go where the map says there is like some plant. Like on the old battleground, you can see there is like 8 spawn. The best, you just go by yourself on the old battleground and you don't look at the map anymore. Like you just check with your eyes on the ground everywhere. It will be way faster than looking stupidly at the map. Except for the agave, obviously, because agave is different, like I said. So you can just go to the old battleground and check on the ground everywhere. You can go in the north of the swamp and check everywhere. Most of the time they are near the water, so you can check also the water. And I recommend when you do that to check all the trees in same time to find the mushroom, because same for the mushroom, it's impossible to find the mushroom with the map. It's way too much complicated. Every trees look the same, so what I recommend is you check every tree. So to check every tree, you just like turn around the tree, and if there is something to collect, you will see a little circle to inform you that there is like moss or shrubs. Because if you just want to check with the eyes, you're gonna miss a lot of mushroom or moss, especially moss because they are really hard to find. So once you have done that, you have to go to the hydroponic. The hydroponic is really important because inside each building, you have 4 buildings here, 1 here, and 2 in the bottom. You will find moss in the like white storage. I don't know the English name. I don't even know the French name. There is like mechanical storage things to harvest plants, and there is moss inside. You have like 15 moss. Most of the time, it's like between 10 and 20. You can't miss it. Like you will have collect moss every time you go near them. Don't miss any moss because this is really important. You have like at least 10k or 15k points just here in the hydroponics. And yes, that counts for the point. I know it doesn't seem so obvious when you when you don't know the game exactly, but yeah, these points are really important. One of the things really important in the corridor, like in the building between the water treatment and the research administration, you will find some mushrooms. So there is no 4 mushroom, but you will find at least 1 if you're lucky, and maybe 2 if you're extremely lucky. So I recommend to do that at the end of the game because it's way too dangerous to do at start. Same for the annex. I recommend to do at the end, like when there is like 10 minutes left, if the extract is not too far, because there is a plant in the annex every time, at least 1, and sometimes 3. I already found 3 inside. So they're easy to find. You just go at the bottom of the annex. You know there is two doors who are locked with key, and in the middle you have like water with I don't know, like a pilar. You know, I'm gonna put a video in same time I explain. And you will find in the water the Great Mulane. I think we did almost everything on this map. On the lake, same. You have many flowers. So this zone is really accurate. You have always like 3 or 4. Sometimes it's a bit tricky because it's like half on the ground, so you have to check. Sometimes you will just see the top of the flower. It's like a bit bug, you know. And I think you have also sometimes plants in this area, and here also, here, and probably here. The map is not really accurate for the lake, in my opinion. So the best is you check everywhere. I mean, it's so open that you can find easily. And that's it. So I think. The only thing I'm not sure on the map is the spawn here, because I know there is 1 mushroom here, but it's not 100% of the time here. And also when you're at the hydroponic, there is a plant outside of the hydro, and they are really hard to find. Like sometimes they are between like bush and trees, so you really have to pay attention, especially when the zone is highly PvP, so be careful. I recommend you to risk the hydroponic at start when the game starts, because if someone loot, and I mean if you start by something else and someone takes the moss, you're gonna have lost like 20 minutes for nothing. So risk it, go at start. If there is PvP, just do a new run, like restart if you die, and that's it. One last things, inside one of the dome, I think it's this one, but I mean you will see there is like water, and there is like plants on the water inside the building. That's the only plant with annex, with the annex here and the hydroponic inside the building. So I think I told you every secret of this map. It's not that hard. I mean, to be honest, it's probably one of the easiest trials. That's why I start by this one, because it's not really complicated. You just need to be 3 person to check out the map, play safe, avoid team fight. You really don't want to take team fight, because you can die, and you have no reward from taking a fight, and you will just lose time. So you just have to spread. So you have to like do 1 player doing this part of the map, 1 player doing this part of the map or the lake, or 1 doing the scrapyard and the lake. I mean, you all have to spread. I recommend to do the annex at the end, like at the 10 last minute, because it's a highly PvP zone, so you don't want to risk a fight at start. The scrapyard is really boring. That's probably the most boring part of the map. I recommend to like you can meet with your teammate like at the end when there is like 10 minutes left. You meet at the scrapyard to do the texting annex together, because just in case there is someone who wants PvP, so at least you are ready to fight. But try to run away if there is a fight, because you don't want to lose like 30k points for nothing. And you have to do this scrapyard together, because it's solo. It's really complicated. Like you have to check every single trees to see if there is moss, if there is a mushroom, and the moss are really hard to find. Like, you know, all the spawn, I think usually you will find 3 or 4 only, because they are really hard to find. And one last thing, sometimes there is like a dead tree on the ground. There is also a mushroom spawning on this dead tree. So take a look and pay attention, and I think if you follow all my steps, you will be 40k points at least. Let me know in comments if this video helped you, because I'm gonna do more video. And please share to your friends or to anyone, and subscribe, because that's my new channel, so I need some power, you know, some motivation. Okay, thanks, see you, and I will post in the few days another trials. If you have any question also, you can ask me in the comments. I will just reply as soon as possible. See you guys.